Welcome to Gas Station Cappuccino by Caffeine and Kilos. I am Danny Lehr, Dean Saddoris on my right. Always on the right.
We were just talking about Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Best show that's ever been on television.
Great show. Actually, I was just going to tell you.
Well, maybe not best.
It's up there. It's for best comedies.
Best comedies.
Yeah, live action comedies.
Seinfeld. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Side note on Seinfeld, Jerry is.
Have you watched any of those?
Jerry has announced that it's not impossible for them to make a revival of Seinfeld.
Oh. Have you watched any of his new show?
The Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Yeah.
I watched the Howard Stern one, and I watched the Will Ferrell one, and they were both fantastic.
Wait, I need you one more time for me. Say the first one you watched.
The Howard Stern one.
All right, I just wanted to play the soundboard, really.
But yeah, no, my buddy, actually, my friend Matt Aiken, different Matt Aiken than the one you know, but his cousin is an actor in Hollywood, and she was on, I think, the most latest season of Always Sunny in Philadelphia as Dennis's girlfriend.
That can't be right.
That's a fact. Yeah. It's a dead fact. I'm not making that up.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of stuff. She was on some other shows on HBO series, but she ended up getting casted as Dennis's girlfriend in the last season.
That's great.
And he said he can't watch the show anymore.
Right, ruined it for him.
Ruined it for him. And it's like his favorite show. It's that true story.
Yeah. You know what else I want to watch? Speaking of the comedians and cars, the Seinfeld. I actually really want to watch the David Letterman one, the new David Letterman show.
I haven't seen it.
So it's a Netflix original, but he's sitting down like talk show style, except for it's like I forget what it's called now. Anyway, but basically he's in a chair, another guy's in the chair, and they talk, whatever. He interviews them. But I love David Letterman. He was my favorite night show guy.
He was good because he kept it real.
He kept it real.
There was no corporate, it was corporate, but it didn't feel like it.
It was no Jimmy Fallon.
Fake laughs and ad libs.
And people love Jimmy Fallon, but here's the thing: is he's the same guy who was the host of the Man Show for 10 years, but then now is coming out and then there's bashing people. I don't know. It's just
no. I 100% agree. Especially exploiting. He was the definition of exploiting women and that kind of stuff.
They had women jumping on trampolines as part of the outro every single episode, and now it's all PC. Oh my God, why would you? Yeah, did you just refer to her as an actress instead of an actor?
I did.
You misogynistic son of a bitch.
I did.
But that's the thing, and this coming from the same guy who ran the Man Show.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's you know what? Everybody just tends to either not even know about that or forgets about it because, they kind of bury it. They don't really talk about it. And so people just, as time goes on, people forget that the Man Show is even a thing. If you try to make the Man Show in 2018, you'll, be, shunned and imprisoned.
Yeah.
That show was completely, actually, you looking back at it now, you're how the hell was that even a thing?
It was hilarious, though.
But it was funny, yeah, for sure.
There's
other stuff on there that was funny.
It's like the movie Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, you can't remake that now.
No. Fantastic. You know what I mean? But you can't...
It doesn't hold up well with today's...
It doesn't hold up well.
Today's humor.
Exactly. So, I got notes on my phone here, so I'm trying to pull them up. There's a few things. So, Maddie, I talked about my 5-year-old Maddie. She just had a birthday party. Dean, I don't think I had an opportunity to tell you about the piñata experience, did I?
No.
So it was a unicorn theme party, which you would think because it's her 5-year-old birthday party, although nowadays unicorns are popular among all age groups. People, it's that thing, right? It's one of those things right now.
Yeah.
It's an in thing.
It's kind of a very big CrossFit thing. It's very big. Always has been.
So anyway, it was actually appropriate that she wanted the theme because, again, she's turning 5. So Jess bought a piñata. And so we get this thing that's not very big. It's just a little bigger than Phil, right? This thing, it's not Phil's the Chihuahua dog, right? It's maybe twice his size. It only holds 2 pounds of candy. Think of it like that. That's not a lot of candy, 2 pounds, right? In the body of this thing. So, get this piñata stuffed. It's got a little hook to hang it from. It's in the back, scruff of the neck type area. Well, I hang it up, and these kids, they're 5. So they swing bat like shit. They're absolutely awful at swinging the bat. I mean, just...
This thing's probably not going to break.
Just fucking horrendous at swinging a bat. These 5-year-olds. It's embarrassing, to be honest.
So there's no future
no
Mark McGuire's at this party?
No. None at all.
Okay.
With or without the Anderstein. So they, someone's like, hey, they're 5. It's like, yeah, exactly. They're 5. They swing a bat like shit. I'm not saying that's like not okay. I'm just calling it how you see it. You know what I mean? So they get out there and first couple swings, next thing you know, and no blindfold in the first kids because these ones are like 3, like the younger brothers. Anyway, swing up there, couple little whacks, and all of a sudden something happens. Body right off. The body of the unicorn fucking disconnects. Boom! Hits the deck. Now I'm holding the rope, and there's this unicorn head hanging from it. Right?
So one hit?
Like, it was like 2-3 hits maybe. So the 2 pounds of candy thing, it says it holds 2 pounds, but I fucking shoved it. I think I got like 3-4 in there. Maybe that's part of the problem. The point is,
it's too heavy.
Just completely ripped the head off the thing. So if it's not like funny enough that it's like this unicorn party and you have a piñata that's these kids are gonna be hitting this unicorn with a bat. Like that's funny enough.
Let's celebrate unicorns by killing one.
By beating it, right? But then the body just rips off the thing. So now it's just this fucking head hanging by the rope. So I'm just like standing there holding this rope and there's just this head hanging and the body on the ground. You know what the kid does?
Starts hitting the head.
Fucking it and starts beating the shit out of the body.
On the ground?
Just turns on it, starts giving it to him.
Jesus.
Bow, bow! Just lighting him up.
Oh, man.
Right? And I was like, oh, God, well, that's aggressive. But what do? Right? And then, okay, that's enough. Next kid up. And I'm sitting there like, and this is like the second kid.
So you're not going to tie the body back to the rope?
Well, we figured that out later. So first, there's like there's like 10 kids in this line. Next kid up. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Like, I don't know how to, because it had like this little hook thing that was on there. So they give the kid the bat. And before anyone has a chance to tie it up, this kid is just taking it to the carcass.
On the ground.
On the ground. And you know what's funny? These 5-year-olds, they don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
They're having a good old time. They don't, like, it doesn't register that it's, like, kind of weird and a little creepy just beating the shit out of this, like, unicorn carcass on the ground and it's beheaded. There's just a head hanging above them, right?
Was there any candy in the head?
No. Okay. It's all in the body. They're like, and so I'm just looking at the other parents and everyone's just laughing. Like, no, because what do, right? So then after that kid's done, I stop. Like, I gotta hang this thing back up. You know what I mean? Can't have just
Let's make this civil.
Can't have a line of kids.
Let's beat this carcass like
that's what I said.
On a rope.
A whole new meaning to beat a dead horse, right?
Yeah.
So whatever. Next kid up. So I make a hole in the back of this thing, string it up there, get it going. That just busts right through. So then he's beating it on the floor. It was like straight on like they're like curb stomping. It was like turning like a gang initiation.
Jesus.
Right.
Poor unicorn.
Fucking aggressive. So then I finally get it to hang up there. I make a hole in its butt, like where its butt is, right in the back, and I'm able to string it through the middle of its back, straight through its anus, and like now we've really come full circle, right? Wow. And anyway, eventually it rips open, but dude, nothing better. Watch these kids just beat this like carcass on the ground.
Was the candy damaged in this process?
It's unclear.
What kind of candy?
One kid.
What kind of candy did you get for it?
We rookies. We didn't have bags to hand out to them to put the candy in. One kid grabs the head. And fills the head with candy, is carrying around this fucking unicorn head full of candy the rest of the day.
That kid's resourceful.
Holy shit.
That is... what is this, like Godfather?
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Dude. Anyway, it's pretty funny. It's one of those things where it's like, I know it's like...
That's hilarious.
Your kid stuff, but this is
what
like...
What color was the unicorn? Was it white?
Dude, it's unicorn colors.
Was it like pink though, purple, white?
Pink, baby blue, and white.
Yeah.
My daughter actually refers to it as unicorn color. Like she'll color things pink and blue. And I go,
unicorn.
oh, he's bluish. Yeah, unicorn colors. What's that? Yeah, so I thought that was, I thought you'd like that.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
The best part was the kid walking around with a head full of candy all day, eating out of it like a fucking...
savage.
Halloween bag.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like back in the day when Halloween first started and kids, when they would go trick-or-treating door to door, they would actually carry around the skulls of their enemies to fill with candy.
Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, I just made it up.
Oh, okay. The skulls of their enemies. The other children in the playground that they slaughtered.
That's right.
Would they go to the house of the parents?
Yeah, well, that's what it started.
Showcase?
Well, they go there last once they had it full of candy to show them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't ruin the parents. Because if they go to the parents' house first, the parents are done handing out candy.
Well,
and you don't want that.
Speaking of Halloween, 2018, I think we need to bring back the trick and trick or treat. 2018.
Oh yeah.
We need to bring back the trick because the trick is gone.
It's just treat.
It's just treat now.
So
and I mean, even when I was a kid growing up, it was always just treat. There was no trick. We would just go trick the next day. You know, like, or just because we just trick people all the time.
Well,
a lot of doorbell ditching.
Let me help you out. I'm in. So when I'm just knocking to buy candy. Kids answer. They go trick or treat. I'm saying trick. Bring no treats here.
Let's see it.
I don't know if you know this or not, but this house follows the ketogenic diet, so there is no treats.
Is Maddie on the keto diet?
No. The kids are on the opposite. They're on the no meat diet.
They're on the
carb life.
What can we get these kids to eat?
Carb life. It's like you find yourself doing this, Madeline. If you do not take another bite of that corn dog, then you're not done eating yet.
God, I love corn dogs.
It's confusing that they don't just like eat it. I don't know.
Why are corn dogs so good?
But it's like you're finding yourself like, no, man. Once you take another bite of that pizza, because like at least it's got cheese on it. Like you're trying to get some sort of protein. Yeah, dude. Let me tell you something else been going on in my life. Okay, is actually on a tip from Jay, our buddy Jay Ferrugia, Renegade Radio Podcast.
Jay Money.
I was listening to one of his podcasts. He was talking about his general health stuff. Make sure you drink enough water, make sure you sleep. It's like low-hanging fruit. Like everyone talks about, like, oh, this is my year type thing. I think it was his like beginning of the year episode. Anyways, like, hey, look, there's some simple things you can do. Like, don't overcomplicate it. You know what I mean? Like, make sure, like, sleep. Like, sleep more than 7 hours a night. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Exercise a couple days a week. Get your 10,000 steps in. And then when he said getting your 10,000 steps, he mentioned, he's like, you don't have to have a fucking Fitbit, whatever. Like, your cell phone, on the health app in your cell phone, it keeps track of how many steps you're taking. Open up the health. Yeah, it has a little white screen, got a heart in it. Open it up, tells you how many steps. It tracks that shit, like, from as long as you've had that phone, whatever, right?
Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, and he's like, now, whatever, you're some sort of fucking Renaissance man, you don't carry your phone all the time, then you can get one of those little watches, whatever, but come on.
It's funny that's considered a Renaissance man now.
Let's be honest, you know what I mean? You got your phone in your pocket all day.
Yeah.
So I thought 10,000 steps, wonder where I'm at. And so I set as one of my daily goals, wrote in my little notebook, 10,000 steps, right? Well, then got home that evening. I opened it up to look, and I was at 7K.
Not even close.
3,000 short. So you know what I did?
You went for a walk.
No.
Jogged in place.
I didn't want to go for a walk because I got home kind of late that night.
Do you have an Airdyne at home?
I do. It's not walking. That's not steps.
Yeah. Would that register on the phone?
I don't know.
I would sure, because your legs are going up and down.
Part of me thought about, one of my initial, I said, maybe I just take out my phone and fucking shake it.
And?
That'd be cheating.
But does it work?
I don't think so.
I wonder if it goes by GPS or if it goes by motion.
I don't know.
I would assume it goes by GPS because your phone's just constantly tracking where you are.
Yeah, it could be. Well, I think it's a two-part thing. I think it's like a motion and a travel thing.
Because if you're in the car, they could say you took 1,000,000 steps.
Right. So there's probably a speed thing. Like if you're going under a certain speed, it knows it's walking or running. Because even sprinting, you only go so fast, right? If you're going over a certain speed, it knows drive. I don't really know how the whole thing, how it goes.
You know what this is? It's an opportunity to ask the listeners.
If you know how the GPS or the pedometer works in the cell phone or in a Fitbit, email us at podcast@caffeineandkilos.com. Caffeineandkilos.com. All spelled out. So here's the deal. So I got like 3,000 steps to get in. Well, that's what it was. I was kind of late. I got home kind of late. It was like already past 8. And so like I don't want to be like, all right, Jess, hey, just got here. I'm going to be gone for another 20 minutes on a walk. So I just started pacing in the living room like a fucking psycho. And so Jessica and I are having a conversation, just chopping up. How's your day?
Does she know that you're doing this at the time?
Oh yeah, she knows.
Okay.
She knows what's
That'd
up.
have been funnier if she didn't know what you were up to, and she didn't even notice.
I'm like, fuck, I got 3,000 steps. So I'm like, oh, how's your day? How's it going? Whatever. In the meantime, I'm just doing laps around the coffee table. Right? We'll check it out. All right, there's 1,000 down, 2,000 to go. Keep my laps going.
How many minutes did this take?
I found it's about 10 minutes is about 1,000 steps if you're walking. Like if you're moving. So,
that's a long time to be pacing around the coffee table. Did you get dizzy?
I would change directions.
Okay.
I know that doesn't really help, not getting dizzy. No, so, I mean, sometimes I go forward and backwards. Sometimes I'll go around the coffee table. Anyway, next thing I know, so point is, I get all 3,000 steps in the living room. Next day, I'm like, man, apparently you gotta, Jess is like laughing, like whatever. It's like, yeah, you wanna get 10,000, like you gotta go on a walk at some point. Like, you're not gonna, whatever. Yeah. Depending on your job. Like, when I was still teaching
if you're teaching PE still, or you're coaching more classes, you would get them in.
Yeah. And so, anyway, I'm like, all right, Another thing is, like, here I leave my phone on my desk. I don't keep it in my pocket here. But, I mean, really, that's going to be a difference of a couple hundred steps. Not
You never
like,
know.
You never know.
We do a lot of walking around in here.
We do a lot of walking around here. That's true. Also, like, I don't know if ping pong counts. One time I was playing Bud in ping pong.
I would assume it would.
And, yeah, because there's lots of, like, stepping and moving side to side. It's an active sport. Anyway, so next night, she's at work. And I'm like, oh, man, gotta get these steps in. Same thing. I was like 3,000 short. So I'm out in the backyard pacing because now I'm not worried about. I can't leave because
now your neighbors know you're
the
not.
Kids are in bed. Jessica's at work. So I'm in the backyard pacing. So I thought all the neighbors probably think I picked up a meth habit.
Just gotta walk it out.
It's like they look through the living room. They're like, this motherfucker, like 30, 40 minutes back there just pacing.
I'm really worried about. I'm really worried about Danny. I seen him pacing in the backyard for 35 minutes yesterday, mumbling to himself. I mean, you were like on the phone.
Last, yeah, exactly. Last little bit of this is I go on a walk. So then Jess was home at night, and I come in. I'm like, hey, look, I'm short. I'm just gonna go on a walk. My steps. She's like, all right. So I go, and the neighbor's outside. Hey, Mike, what's up? Talking to neighbor Mike, and I'm just walking. I'm taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back as he's talking. And I told him, I was like, hey, dude, I'm just gonna tell you what's up. Like, I came out here to go on a walk. I'm trying to get 10,000 steps in. I'm like 2,000 short right now. So I was gonna go around my block. It's about 1,000. So I'm just gonna hit around the block, whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, I understand. I try to get 12 in, whatever. Don't reach it most days. Which I thought, is that really a goal if you don't reach it?
So is this a thing? Everybody's doing?
Apparently, that's what, there's this whole Fitbit thing, however like wears a little thing, because there's all these studies and stuff that basically show like 10,000 steps a day is good for heart health and all that type of stuff. And
it's obtainable.
It's obtainable. It turns out to be about 5 miles is what I found. So a 10,000 steps about 5 miles for me. So, it's good just to kind of walk. Just throughout your day, you're just moving around anyway. It's a good thing to do, So anyway, he's like, oh, I'm going crabbing tomorrow. He's out there messing with some ropes. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got to walk, whatever. I said, it's kind of weird from walking back and forth. He goes, dude, do your thing. I'm not worried about it. He goes, I'll walk with you for the next 100 feet. It's like stretching this rope out, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude. So that's where I'm at. So I'm trying to get it in a little bit earlier in the day so I'm not stuck at the end of the day pacing my living room. But I thought you'd enjoy that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe I should, it'll give me more incentive to take Phil for a couple walks.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing, though, for damn sure, I write down 10K on my list for that day. It's going to happen. Like, I will not accomplish the tasks on that list every day, right? So it's like, I gotta do it. If that means I pace my living room, like you'd think by now, it's been about a week, I've learned that I need to like go on a noon walk or some shit. And it's about 50-50.
If you were like on a full training schedule, though, would you worry about the walking still?
Yeah. Oh, so actually, Brandon Lilly's doing some programming for me. I'm on the hardened athlete. That's a whole other deal.
Oh wow, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I just started. Yesterday was my first day with
Nice. Him. I had Brandon Lilly a couple years back help me bump up from 77s to 85s.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel gross about myself.
Dude, that triggered me on something is that Buddy Hitchcock was talking this morning. He was actually a little upset because when we talked about the gaining weight and talked about the gallon of milk a day and how he's lactose and he'd blow his ass out. And
he
just drink the milk. He said he listened to it and he said, hey, and I heard you mentioned that. I said, oh, did I say your name in that? He said, yeah, you said my name. I was like, oh. And he goes, remember, I found out later it wasn't the gallon of milk that was making me shit blood. It was all that popcorn I was eating.
Well, now they know. And the squatting.
And so I said, and so then when he said that, it did. I was like, oh shit, that's right. But he is lactose tolerant, also true. But he found out that was just what caused him to blow his ass out, but the actual blood part was from all the popcorn. Because he'd go home every night and he'd make like a bag of popcorn. He'd crush 2 bags of popcorn all by himself.
A night?
A night. And so all those kernels can't process
And a gallon of milk?
And a gallon of milk. No wonder he's shitting blood.
Jesus Christ.
And so anyway, I said, oh, that's right. Well, tell you what. He goes, what? I go, I gotta set the record straight.
Yeah, well.
And he said, no, you don't. I said, well, I kind of feel like I do.
I don't know if I could physically eat 2 bags of popcorn.
No, I don't want to shit blood.
I mean, but that aside, I don't know if I could put that down.
Do you need to put that aside? Like either way, I feel like that's an integral part of the whole thing.
I mean, I could probably go through a bag of that chick pop though. Because that shit's good. That's way more convenient too. You don't even got to microwave it. It's just ready to go.
Ready to go. RTE?
RTE. RTG.
Oh, well, ready to go. I was thinking ready to eat.
Oh, ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, set the record straight for Buddy.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to leave you short there.
Olympics just started.
Yeah. And it's pretty much been on. As soon as I get home, I turn on 723, which is like the Olympic channel for Comcast or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And whatever's on, that's what's staying on the rest of the night.
You know what?
It's just great. There's nothing better than background Olympic noise.
Yeah, I agree. You know what?
Even if you're not super focused on it.
The one thing that irritates me sometimes is like I want to watch something and that's not what they're showing.
Well, yeah, that's why everything's. If you have Comcast, everything's also available on stream.
Oh yeah.
So you can watch back any event that you missed or want to watch.
You can do it on the Roku.
I'm sure they all have
Roku too, or Apple TV. You can do that. So a lot of times I'll turn on the Roku and first I'll just check like what's on NBC and what's on the Olympic network. Just kind of see what's up because maybe one of those is what I want to watch. But I just want to watch speed skating.
Yeah, I watched that last night or this morning.
Dude.
I can't remember.
This morning.
Might have been like really early this morning.
Oh, the short track?
Yeah.
The long track?
It was a 1500. So it's I think it's like 4 or 5 laps.
On the short track, I think.
Yeah.
The long track one, dude, I'm watching the other night, okay? Fucking blew my mind. Okay, a couple things. Is the skates. They talk about the different types of skates.
I saw that. They had the hockey skate out.
Yeah.
They had the ice skating skate out, and then they had the race skate.
With the clap technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, call that the T-Pain technology.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's the Waka Flocka.
I had that on when they were going over them, but I didn't actually like really watch what they were talking about. I think the volume was down or something.
Also, they're so much more narrow. So there's a cut issue. If someone falls and eats shit, and their skates hit themselves or the other skater, they could potentially kill them.
Oh, those things look razor sharp.
It's like Happy Gilmore, the only hockey player who ever tried to take a skate off and stab an opponent with it.
I've seen a video a long time ago of like a player running into a goalie, slitting his throat on the ice.
Faces of death.
He didn't. No, he didn't die. But it was like
probably ruined his day.
It was just instant, just like spray. It was horrifying. Horrifying video. I suggest you do not watch it.
So, interesting thing about that, though, for the Olympics is so in the speed skating, they're mandated, they have to wear a cut-proof suit under their skin suit, under the speed suit.
So is that new?
I don't know if that's a new thing.
Does that slow them down?
I don't know that. But what I do, funny you said slow them down, here's something else I learned about the speed skating. I'm watching it, and it's 5K. Okay?
I saw that one. That one's long.
5K.
That's like 3.5 miles.
3.2 miles, 5K. Do you remember how long does it take these dudes to skate 5,000 meters?
I don't remember.
6 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're going fast.
30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Around.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts. For 6 minutes straight.
Yeah, that's fast.
That must be exhausting.
These people are probably really good squatters because their legs and butts are huge.
Quads.
Yeah.
I think front squat, great.
Yeah.
Big quads.
Probably really good at sumo and front squats.
Yeah. Dude, but 6 minutes. And then this is the craziest thing. They're talking about how oh yeah, these things, it comes down to like split seconds, whatever, right? Final. Pretty sure it's for the gold.
Mm-hmm.
They come and the guy comes from behind. Boom. Photo finish. 641.4. Actually, I put it down here. 611.61 and 611.61. They skated
The dead nuts tie?
5,000 meters, and they skate the exact same fucking time to the 100th of a second.
And that's the farthest it goes.
Then they go, okay, we're going to have to go to our backup timing system here, which goes to thousandths. And the guy won by 2 1,000th of a second.
Unbelievable.
Dude, that's unbelievable if you're running 100 meters. Could you, after skating 5,000 meters, it comes down to 2 1,000th of a second?
Yeah, all that time.
Are you fucking
all that
kidding
time
me?
for error with that, how long that is. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Because you literally have 3.2 miles to
For anything
lose
to happen.
2,000ths of a second.
Right. Or gain 2,000ths. It's like
Yeah.
3.2 miles, and the difference is 2 1,000ths of a second. That goes to show you, like, they are they also talked about when those clap skates came in, it was they gained about a second per lap, right? So it was
Oh,
like
wow.
this huge difference. So that just goes.
What's the clap thing about? I didn't think I saw that.
The skate actually on the bottom of the shoe, it's connected at the toe still, but when you go to pick up your foot, the heel
oh, that's right. Yeah.
detaches and then claps back up. So what it does allows you to keep your skates on the ice for another split second every stride.
So when you pick up, it stays on, but you're still digging.
Right, so you can dig a little further on the full skate. Right.
Interesting.
So anyway, but it's like, man, it's just, that's so crazy like that. So it shows you that's pretty much the limit of human possibilities until some sort of technology. It's like in swimming, in swimming everyone started wearing the speed suits. All these new records were broken because like some piece of technology was a breakthrough, you know?
Wait, so people are swimming with full clothes on?
No, they were swimming naked or with Speedos.
Oh, no, you're talking about the pants.
Or no, or just the whole suits, or even like women's swimsuits. Like before, they would wear whatever suits. Once they developed the technology, there was like the different material, and like wicked the water bed or whatever. All the times went down. So it's like same thing. So
that probably comes down to the skull cap too.
Oh, for sure. So it just interesting. Like talk about the limits of human possibilities when you're talking about that close of a distance after that close of a time after that long of a distance. Obviously, that's about what the human body's capable of.
Do you think there's like a fingernail theory in swimming? Like, hey, but what if I grow my fingernails out as long as I can? Maybe I can just cut the water just a little faster and touch the wall just a little sooner than everybody else.
That's a great idea. If you know the answer to that, email us, podcast@caffeineandkilos.com. That's really interesting.
I mean, I'm sure that's been thought about in the thousands of years that people have been swimming for sport.
Do you prefer Summer Olympics or winter?
Well, I would have to say probably summer because, I don't know, I really like the weightlifting stuff. You know, obviously track and field's always fun to watch. But I mean, I love the snowboarding. I love the skiing stuff too. I love the big air that's new this year for snowboarding that I'm really excited about. Like the one big trick, you know, and I think it's for skiing too. I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, summer games are the summer games.
See, Jess said she likes summer games better. I like the winter games better, and this is why. Summer games are great. I agree with everything you said. Track and field's always great to watch. I like there's wrestling and weightlifting, you know, like I like all that. Like that's all great, you know? But here's the thing, is I feel like summer games are like sports.
Yeah.
And most of the things that happen in the summer games, you can watch other times. Like even track and field, you'll see some track and field stuff on every now and then, whatever, right? Winter games are less sports. They're more stunts.
Hobby sports?
No, more like shit's more dangerous. Yeah. Or just like I said, it's like less sport, more like stuntman type.
You're getting more like X Games stuff in the Olympics, the Winter Games too.
Well, and exactly. Or even and even before like the snowboard, just
extreme sports,
downhill skiing. Take for example downhill skiing, racing on skis, going 80 miles an hour on skis and down the Super G, like that's fucking wild. Like if someone when people fall,
they get jacked up.
It's bad. Yeah. And of course, you're hoping no one falls, but then you're like knowing it's a possibility, like
it's like watching NASCAR.
Yeah, it's like the whole thing, and so that's why I like the Winter Games is because most of the things in the Winter Games you can't really see. The only time you watch them is every 4 years of the Olympics. Yeah. So it's like hell yeah, like I'm gonna watch I get fired up about downhill skiing. I love that. I love the speed skating. You know, everything in the Winter Games is like speed this, speed that. Like it's all like it's kind of like Daredevil type stuff more.
Yeah, it's all like speed stuff, but not with like the human body. It's more like with like equipment.
Yeah.
You get like a lot of speed, like running and stuff like that, but it's not the same.
It's not, exactly. It's not.
There's not Mother Nature involved.
Outside of track and field, I guess there's still like the cycling is a speed thing, that's true. But it's like you fall on your bike, like, okay, like you might get hurt, but you're not going 80 miles an hour downhill on your bike. You know what I mean?
I'm really, like, even though it happened for the first time in 2014, the previous Winter Games, but I love the addition of slopestyle snowboarding.
Oh, yeah.
The rails, the jumps, you know, like, that was like, when that happened, I was like, hell yeah. Because this is like, basically you getting Winter X Games, but like, for gold medals.
Yeah.
Because Winter X Games is all year, like, it's every year. So you still get to watch. It's basically that'd be like basically like nationals,
right?
And like American Opens of, you know, those kind of sports or whatever. But
curling, And all of a sudden I'm like, these guys are sliding around on their feet like they're wearing skates, but they're not. And then they talk about them, they're pushing off with one foot though. Now I'm like really into their footwear. And then they bring it up. Right as I'm thinking that, the announcers say it. Great job, because obviously it was, it was obvious to more people than just me. So they wear two different shoes. One shoe has a Teflon bottom, so they slide on the ice, and the other shoe's got spikes on it. Or like a little grippy. So they're like pushing. It's like
sometimes I'll see them take it off too. Not even the shoe, it's like almost like an adapter that goes on
really?
the shoe. Yeah, because I saw a guy that was wearing, there was the twin brother and sister, I don't know if they were twins, anyways, brother and sister American team. They didn't make it to the playoffs, but one of the guys had on the USA colorway Metcons.
Ah!
So he was wearing some Metcons. Then I saw another guy who was wearing the Nike SB Freeze.
So they
on the Canada
so they must be attachments where
so
they slide it like a Teflon attachment on one and little spikes on the other.
It's basically like a elastic attachment that went on the toe that you pulled onto the heel and clipped on.
Because it's trip, they're sliding like that. So I was like, oh man, it's interesting. You know what I mean? And so yeah, they wear two different shoes or two different attachments.
Two different
kind of
soles.
Funny. It's interesting.
Yeah, it was. I was definitely like checking out that at first. I was wondering that same thing, how that worked. Then I started noticing like everybody had on different shoes. Some people even had it looked like shoes that were like they had the soles like screwed on or like permanent.
Yeah.
And some people had the removable. It was like a mixture of both. I feel like it's one of those sports where like you kind of make your own equipment, or there's very few options to like to purchase things. Like there's like either one person that makes this style, or you just make your own, like everybody else has been doing. And I was wondering like about the sticks. I noticed too. I'm like the brooms. Yeah, excuse me.
You savage.
Yeah. I was wondering, are those look like makeshift attachments on lacrosse sticks?
Ah.
So I think, if I could be wrong, if anybody knows,
email us podcast@caffeineandkilos.com.
But I think that from my observation that they're using lacrosse sticks with broom head attachments.
Huh. Let me tell you this.
Because actually, it's real quick. It's funny about lacrosse is like it's funny how you put those heads together. You literally buy a head and a shaft, and then you screw it into it like with a screw from the hardware store.
So it would make total sense if you buy the broom head.
Yeah, and then you buy a lacrosse stick because everybody's sticks are all different